Hey y'all, welcome back to Salty Tarot. We are going to dive right in. We're just going to do a collective love reading, and we're going to see what's going on in your connection with the person in your heart. I've already pre-shuffled, but I'll give them a couple of quick ones. So I'm still kind of limited. Most of my tarot cards are in storage due to circumstances beyond my control. So I'm gonna try that again. So Spirit, please tune me into the collective energies, and let's see what's going on with the person in your heart. What's going on with the collective right now and the person in their heart? We have welcoming dawns, be open and receptive, embracing new beginnings with an eager heart. Legacies rebirth, honor history's remains to restore and breathe life into forgotten tales. So already it's kind of looking like perhaps you are in separation, and that you're perhaps happy to be there, or you're working on trying to honor what was and move into a new phase with an eager heart. That also could be moving into a new phase of a connection, of a relationship with another person. Let's see if we've got any more from this deck. Oh my goodness. This one came through upright, so we'll take that. And there's a whole bunch that did not. Enlightened truth. Share your insights, spreading awareness with the power of honesty. So maybe I'm getting a sort of archive feeling from this. So maybe there's something to honoring the past, and if there's a story to tell. Hi, Takia. Hello, baby. I love that you always come over when I start up the readings. Like I'm talking, therefore it's playtime. Nice, sweet boy. So maybe there's something about your connection that you're wanting to honor, and in telling that tale, there's things to share. You've got insights. You want to share some of your insights with the power of honesty. So if you're staying in your authentic truth, what is it that you would have to say about this connection? And then poker face, beware of hidden intentions and underlying motives. So someone in this connection might be kind of keeping things under wraps, sort of hiding how they really feel, or hiding their actual intentions. We've got soulful synergy. Vulnerability weaves hearts in a dance of harmony, unity, and flow. So maybe you're thinking about, and that just happened to land here next to, I put it down next to welcoming dawns. So if you're focusing on being open and receptive and embracing new beginnings with your eager heart, then that might take you to a place of soulful synergy, vulnerability, weaving hearts in a dance of harmony, unity, and flow. And so maybe you're focusing on moving on, but you're also honoring your own heart and looking to sort of be in that dance and not close yourself off to new beginnings. If this is an ongoing connection or one that you want to be ongoing, then it may be that you're trying to be conscious of your own vulnerability within, and being open and receptive to starting anew with this person, while still honoring what was and, breathing life into forgotten tales. That could be, that could be something coming back from the way deep past. I think we're going to stop there, conscious of time. So if that's calling to you, then this is the tarot reading for you. So that's by way of a little energy check-in. And so let's see what's going on in your connection. We're using the Crow Tarot. That was the Clarifying Love Situations Oracle. And now we're using the Crow Tarot, which again I also pre-shuffled, but it's nice to shuffle into the energies of this collective right here, right now. And so Spirit, what is the current energy of this connection? What's happening in this connection? Let's get a couple of cards for what's happening. Current energy of this connection. Knight of Wands, interesting. We'll take the top one. Knight of Wands, 5 of Cups. Let's get a couple more. I feel like those are very different energies, so. Actually, I'm getting the message to stop and have a look at what we've got here. So current energies, so it might be that you rushed in, or one of you was in this sort of rushing in energy, very passionate, very enthusiastic, and that there's some regret about that. Or perhaps there was a rush away from the connection. And so someone is feeling some deep regret here. And they're really focusing on the spilled cups and, omitting to notice that it's funny with this crow picture because the crow's tail is right between these 2 cups and looking like it might knock over the remaining 2 cups. But, that's what happens when we're not paying attention to the bounty that we do have, and we're focusing on, too much on what the ink that has been spilled. And so let's get a bit of a clarifier for this. What is this 5 of Cups about? Like sometimes if we move too quickly, we end up kind of in situations that feel a bit out of control or get tempestuous. We've got the 9 of Wands in reverse. So there might be some defensiveness, or there might be some like over strong boundaries. So possibly kind of seeing a chronological tale here. So if you rushed in, if you and your person rushed in, and then maybe there was some energy of regret to jumping in too quickly, then it might be that there's a feeling that boundaries were not strong enough, that perhaps the boundaries were, like there should have been a little more caution, I guess, exercised in the beginning. That's kind of what I'm seeing. So Spirit, what energy is your person in this connection? What's the energy of your person? How are they feeling about the connection? How is your person feeling about the connection? Oh, no way. So of the ones that did not just tumble onto the floor, we've got the Knight of Wands again. And then I thought this was, for a second, I thought that was that same 5 of Cups, and I was amazed. But we've got the 7 of Cups and the Hermit in reverse. So back of the deck, we've got the Hangman. So your person might have been the one rushing in, but is sort of feeling like Knight of Wands plus the 7 of Cups to me is very much the energy of kind of exploring options. And so maybe their energy was that they kind of rushed into something else. Maybe they rushed too quickly away from the connection, and maybe they're in the energy of regret about that. Hermit in reverse would suggest that they perhaps took a pause and to do some reflection, and that they're now coming out of that pause with probably some sense of purpose. But the Hangman suggests is another energy of taking a pause. This is sort of energy of deep reflection, coming out of deep reflection. And this is the energy of just feeling kind of stuck in limbo, hesitation. It can also be a spiritual timeout. But more so than the Hermit, it's like feeling a bit stuck maybe. Yes, I'm getting, because of the Knight of Wands popping up here again, I'm seeing this as relaying back to the previous spread. So it might be that your person rushed too quickly away from the connection, has been doing some reflecting, and is in that energy of regret that we were seeing in the first. Like maybe that is the dominating theme of the connection because that's where their energy is at. So, and it might be that they're stuck in that regret and feeling held back within the connection because of that. So perhaps and in the beginning, I'd say there was the energy of you sort of moving towards something more fruitful. So perhaps your person has seen you doing that, moving away from the connection, and they're in this. They're not sure if they should approach you at this time. How does your person feel about you at this time? How are they feeling about you right now? How does your person feel about you at the present time? My dog is chomping away at his dinner in the background. Can we get a clarifier? These cards are either just not coming at all or shooting right out. So we've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and then we've got the World in reverse. And the Six of Pentacles is about equal give and take in a relationship. So your person is feeling like things are not over between you, but also they're reflecting on how there was not an equal balance in the relationship of give and take. So one person was giving more in the connection, and so they're thinking about that in relation to perhaps wanting to restore the connection, or they're feeling like maybe at this time you're not giving anything to the connection, but that the connection is not over. We've got the Ten of Swords in reverse, so it might be that the worst has happened and that there's an energy of coming out of it. They might feel like you have, been in this energy of processing grief or processing the end of something, and that you're coming out of it, but they're feeling like the connection is not over. How are you feeling? Is the connection over from your perspective? You obviously know the answer to that, but got the Devil in reverse. Clarify the Devil in reverse. What's your energy in this connection at this time? Because it really seemed in the beginning like you're aiming for closure, perhaps. So clarifying, we've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Getting lots of reversals here. So the Devil in reverse could mean coming out of an addiction. So you may have felt like you were quite attached to this person, and maybe even that you were sort of, you knew it wasn't good for you, but you were pulled in anyway. And that there is not an opportunity for a new connection. Maybe you've had enough. And if that is your energy, then, it really felt like that was the energy in the beginning. Or that you're just not willing, if you are invested in the connection and wanting it to continue, it may just be that you're not willing to engage in toxic relational habits anymore. What have we got on the bottom of the deck? Ace of Swords. Yeah, so you're having revelations and coming to some kind of clarity about the connection. We're just going to get maybe a sort of summarizing last message here. So where should you place your focus going forward? King of Wands is about balancing passion. It can also be a charismatic masculine person. It can be about somebody who's quite charming and who's able to, but charming in a, usually in a positive way. So they're able to kind of gather everyone to them. So we've got some definite Leo or Lion energy happening here. So King of Wands in reverse can be about ego, being too much in the ego, sort of controlling, wanting to control the connection or control another person, being, kind of dominating or domineering. Not quite domineering, but like not allowing the other person their autonomy. And so that might be quite a strong energy of the connection at this time. or it might be that you're finding your strength in relation to that energy. So if that's been your person's energy in the connection, then this time you might be finding the strength to sort of resist getting sucked back into the ego games or the, the toxic habits of the connection. And yeah, and so as a question of where to place your focus, it looks as if strengthening your resolve is the answer here. Let's see, can we get a clarifier for the strength card? One last card. Where should you be putting your focus at this time? Well, we've got 2 coming out as clarifiers. We've got the 7 of Cups in reverse and the 6 of Swords. So it might be that you want to sort of focus in your energies. So instead of kind of frittering your energy in multiple directions or on multiple people, that you want to be reining that in and, maintaining your own resolve in the situation and just staying true to what resonates for you. Okay, so finding out what is the authentic path for you and sticking to that and moving towards it and away from any past conflict and towards, like this crow's flying towards the cherry blossoms over here and leaving the past behind. So hope that resonates for you, and please do give a like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a quick emoji in a comment if this resonates for you. Or let me know what your story is if you're comfortable sharing. I'd love to hear about it. And thanks for being here. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.